Chapter 1, Female Paparazzi. Oh, it's already the 20th day. The editor-in-chief is probably furious by now. At night, when the lights were on in City A, Du Xiaoxiao lurked in the bushes in front of the Imperial Hotel, sighing deeply with regret. After graduating from college, I couldn't find a job that matched my major. I finally joined the track and field team, joined an entertainment company, and became a paparazzi member. Celebrity gossip is so easy to follow. Most of them are senior paparazzi who have connections with celebrities. They will take the initiative to break some gossip or deliberately be photographed to promote it. As for these newcomers to the paparazzi, where does their relationship come from? Apart from sleeping, they can only rely on their own cultivation. Fortunately, Du Xiaoxiao is not stupid. She insists on the idea that she will win if she persists to the end. She perseveres and follows someone day and night. She firmly believes that as long as she follows him, she will get big news one day, jump to a high position, and have no worries about food and clothing. This man is Gu Tianqi, the president of the Gu Group, a business tycoon in City A. He is handsome in appearance, cold and charming. On the inside, he has a high IQ and is known as a business wizard. His legendary deeds can go around City A 5 times. What is the supreme god of learning, who has always received A+ in all his grades since childhood? What is the emperor of the night? It is said that his eyes have magical power and sparkle with gem-like light. You cannot look at him for more than 5 seconds at night, otherwise you will fall in love with him. Are eyes without light eyes? Those are called glass balls. What's more, in less than 10 years, Gu's family has risen to the top. In short, Gu Tianqi is such a big shot that men envy, women love, men want to be like, and women want to marry. But how could such a big shot not be romantic? Of course, I passed through thousands of flowers. Not a single leaf touched my body, but all the flowers touched my body. According to incomplete statistics that Du Xiaoxiao spent half a month on, Gu Tianqi changed women as frequently as he ate. A woman he eats with during the day will never go to bed with him at night. And none of the women he slept with showed up at his dinner table during the day. As for her, alas, after joining the paparazzi for 3 months, she has yet to capture a piece of useful gossip, let alone a headline. So this time she will take advantage of the CEO Gu to make some money. However, it is strange to say that such a romantic man seems to have a misophobia. When he eats, he will feel sick to the point of vomiting in front of women he has slept with. Therefore, if you want to have dinner with President Gu, you can't go to bed with him. If you want to sleep with him, don't even think about going to the same dinner table with him again. Du Xiaoxiao felt a little nauseous. While feeling nauseous, she couldn't help but have sex. What if there was a dance? There were so many delicious food at the dance, but the women walking around were all women who had slept with Gu Tianqi. Phew, I couldn't help it. It was too painful. The phone vibrated at this time. Du Xiaoxiao took it out and saw that it was the editor calling, and his face suddenly fell. When the call was connected, the person on the other end started howling. Du Xiaoxiao, where did you go again? You are so good. The dragon is wagging its tail. I haven't seen you for half a month. You and hashtag %you and %. Chief editor, please listen to my explanation. Really? Du Xiaoxie gang wanted to explain, but inadvertently caught a glimpse of a black Aston Martin not far away driving slowly over and stopping in front of the Imperial Hotel. Du Xiaoxiao was all excited and hurriedly said to the phone, Editor-in-chief, I have to go to work. I will give you a headline when I get back. That license plate was yes, it was Gu Tianqi's car that she was tracking. This is the best hotel in City A. She knows that Gu Tianqi has booked the presidential suite here all year round. Get rich, she really got her. The person who got out of the car was Gu Tianqi, as Du Xiaoxiao expected, and the person he was holding in his arms was the new idol Zhou Mu. Du Xiaoxiao's eyes glowed with excitement, and she clicked a few times to take the photo. As expected, these women would all get the chance to become famous after sleeping with Gu Tianqi. Let her, Du Xiaoxiao, uncover the scandal in the entertainment industry. Chapter 2 caught. No, the photo is too blurry. It won't make headlines. After taking the photo, Du Xiaoxiao looked a little disappointed. In this industry, you have to buy all the equipment yourself. She doesn't have much money, and the camera she buys is not high-end enough, and the pixels for long-distance shooting are very poor. Phoning Du Xiaoxiao struggled. I need to take clearer photos so that the bonus at the end of the month may be doubled. But if you get closer and take pictures, you may be discovered, and it will be tragic if you are caught. While weighing the two, Du Xiaoxiao thought of her younger brother, whose tuition was still waiting for her, and she needed money. Thinking of this, Du Xiaoxiao was no longer afraid of danger and mustered up the courage to go. After rolling his eyes, Du Xiaoxiao got out, raised his feet, and rushed to the entrance of the Imperial Hotel. She often stays here and has already gotten through to the doorman. The doorman deliberately pretended to be busy with other things and did not see her. Du Xiaoxiao took the opportunity to sneak in with Gu Tianqi and Zhong Yu. When she entered, she deliberately took out a fake work ID card from her bag, hung it up, and walked in with her head lowered to avoid attracting the attention of the staff. She had never stayed in the presidential suite, but she still had common sense and knew the room number. Looking at the elevator rising, Du Xiaoxiao followed it from another elevator. Following Gu Tianqi to the corner of the stairs, Du Xiaoxiao hurriedly hid at the corner and quickly pressed the shutter button as Gu Tianqi swiped the room card. The distance is neither too far nor too close. Du Xiaoxiao prayed in his heart that he must be clear. It's a pity that Du Xiaoxiao is not experienced in the industry. He remembered to turn off the flash, but forgot to turn off the sound. There was a soft click sound, and Gu Tianqi looked sensitively in the direction of Du Xiaoxiao. Du Xiaoxiao couldn't run at this time. He would make a sound if he ran, so he had to hold his breath. He didn't find me. He didn't notice me. He didn't notice me. Extremely flustered, Du Xiaoxiao hurriedly put the camera into his bag and lowered his head in panic. Zhong Yu's charming voice came through first. "Young Master Gu, what's wrong?" "It's okay, let's go in." Gu Tianqi's low and charming voice sounded, followed by the sound of the door opening. Du Xiaoxiao couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief when he heard 2 knocks on the door. Phew! Luckily, he didn't notice. How can you be a paparazzi if your hands and feet are so weak? A joke sounded coldly, and Du Xiaoxing screamed, raising his feet to run away. But his arm was clasped forcefully. Gu Tianqi grabbed Du Xiaoxiao's arm. No matter how hard Du Xiaoxiao struggled, he couldn't break free from his shackles. Picking up Du Xiaoxiao and placing it under his arm, Gu Tianqi slightly raised his handsome eyebrows. This girl was as light as a feather, without any weight at all. At this time, Du Xiaoxiao also wished that he weighed 180 pounds and would not be caught under his arms so easily. Forget about his cowardly posture. Du Xiaoxiao's face changed color as he watched him walk towards the presidential suite, and he shouted, "Ah, let me go. Let me go. I am not a paparazzi. I am a staff member here. I have a work permit. Come here, rob a girl in broad daylight." Gu Tianqi ignored her shouts and entered the presidential suite in 2 steps. In the presidential suite, Zhong Yu hurriedly came up to her and glared at her. "Smelly girl, how dare you follow us? Even if you took a photo, where would you dare to report it?" Du Xiaoxiao made up his mind not to admit it. He held his work permit and held his head high and said, I am a staff member here, cleaning, and I am off work now. Miss, please don't slander me. I don't even know what you are talking about." Chapter 3, Smart People. In his heart, Du Xiaoxiao screamed at his own misery. Why was she discovered? She just wanted to make some money, and she didn't do anything harmful. I hope these 2 people can be easier to deceive. "Do you think we will believe what you said? Just ask the staff to check your number." The person behind her chopped up the work ID card she raised, glanced at it, and seemed to sneer. "There's not even a number on it." Du Xiaoxiao's face turned red, and she turned away stubbornly. "I am a temporary worker." Zhong Yu mocked. "Little sister, you really think we are so easy to deceive, and we are still working as temporary workers. Let me tell you, this is owned by the Gu family, and temporary workers are not allowed to be hired at all. They are all regular workers, okay? Du Xiaoxiao was shocked and frightened. Rich people are so annoying. Why didn't she find out that this was still Gu's territory? Wow. Can't you live if you do something wrong to yourself? Taking a breath, Du Xiaoxiao took the risk and took out the camera from his bag and said, "Isn't it just a photo? I'll give it to you. I'll just report it if you don't report it. Let me go." Zhongyu did not take the camera, but avoided her bag. Du Xiaoxiao was angry and wanted to grab her, but the man behind her grabbed her arm. His strength was so strong that Du Xiaoxiao couldn't resist it. She watched helplessly as Zhongyu found the film from her bag. "Ha, you have many tricks." She turned around and took out the nail clippers from her bag and cut the film into pieces. Du Xiaoxiao felt a little distressed when he saw the film being cut into pieces, and he felt even more distressed for himself. Why am I so unlucky today to meet such a difficult couple? She desperately wanted to leave here. Fortunately, Zhongyu was actually more anxious to ask her to leave here than she was. After all, she was too much of a hindrance. Throwing away the film, he said to Gu Tianqi with an obedient expression, "Young Master Gu, the film has been destroyed. Why don't we let her go first, and don't let her disturb our good mood?" "You can go." After putting Du Xiaoxiao down, Gu Tianqi clasped Du Xiaoxiao's shoulder with one hand and said to Zhongyu. Zhongyu was stunned, and Monker Zhang was completely confused. "Well, I'm leaving?" "Yes, you go," Gu Tianqi said extremely coldly, making Zhongyu a little embarrassed. "Damn it, someone tell her what this is." Biting her lip, she walked out of the presidential suite in embarrassment. Zhongyu stamped her feet angrily. What newspaper idiot caused her to miss an opportunity to become famous? In the presidential suite, Du Xiaoxiao huddled his small shoulders, always feeling a little fussy in his heart, and had to get away quickly. "I've given you the film. I'm leaving first." Du Xiaowen wanted to run away, but Gu Tianqi grabbed her clothes with a hook of his fingers. "Who allowed you to leave?" Du Xiaoxiao took a breath, turned around, and defended earnestly. "It's useless to stay if I don't leave. I admit that I was wrong and I shouldn't have secretly photographed you, but I was also forced by life. I gave you the film, so just let me go." Gu Tianqi grabbed her clothes, looked at her fair and clean face without any makeup, and then looked at her crystal moist eyes, and his heart moved. He tilted his head slightly and said, "If you make a mistake, you will be punished. I will go to bed with you tonight." Du Xiaoxiao's eyes almost fell out of shock. What nonsense is this man talking about? After throwing his hand away, Du Xiaoxiao gritted his teeth in surprise. What kind of perverted punishment is this? Chapter ne dominerin kish. Rich people are all crazy these days. Du Xiaoxiao couldn't believe that this man would say such things. Du Xiaoxiao shouted, "I just secretly took a few photos and returned the film to you. You can't go too far. Although it's not honorable for me to take secret photos as a paparazzi, I don't sell myself." Gu Tianqi sneered unmoved. "No one will want you if you sell like this. Besides, you not only took secret photos, but also disguised yourself as an employee and infiltrated the company. You can still be considered disturbing the public order." Leaning closer to Du Xiaoxiao, Gu Tianqi looked at her and said, "But sleeping with me may be a gift to you." Du Xiaoxiao's face changed slightly, and he couldn't say anything to defend himself. His face was so close that Du Xiaoxiao's heart endured a heavy load. Gu Tianqi is really very handsome. His angular face seems to have been carefully carved, and his thin lips seem to have been traced with a brush. The shape is sexy, perfect, and the color is gorgeous, making women unable to help but feel jealous. Needless to say, the bridge of his nose is straight, and those eyes, those deep peach blossom eyes, exist solely to seduce women. But Du Xiaoxiao didn't feel happy at all. She already had a boyfriend. No matter how good the man was in front of her, she would not betray her boyfriend. Taking a step back, Du Xiaoxiao pulled his t-shirt closer and said coldly, "Since you said it was a gift, it is not a punishment. Isn't it against your will?" Gu Tianqi narrowed his eyes. This woman is so smart. Do you really think he would be such an idiot and fool him? Whether it's a gift or a punishment, it's up to me. You disturbed my mood tonight and asked me to drive away the woman just now. It's right for you to take your place, Gu Tianqi said, and went to pull her away. Du Xiaoxiao struggled and dodged in fear. No, don't touch me. Ah. There was a soft sound of "tuh," and the t-shirt being pulled was torn, and Du Xiaoxiao's fair skin was immediately exposed. Du Xiaoxiao hurriedly raised his hand to cover it and screamed, "Ash, what are you doing?" Gu Tianqi finally became impatient. He couldn't stand her yelling mouth. Frowning and stepping forward, Gu Tianqi clasped her hand behind his back and leaned over to stare at her. Don't think I don't know. You have been following me for more than 20 days. You brought this fate on your own. Du Xiaoxiao panicked. How did he know? Before he could figure out this question, Du Xiaoxiao's lips fell apart in an instant. Du Chunki kista du Xiaoxiao's lips dominatingly. Her lips were unexpectedly soft, with a sweet and fresh taste. Gu Tianqi couldn't help but take a step closer to pry open Du Xiaoxiao's lips. Du Xiaoxiao panicked and struggled back, using his tongue to resist his entanglement. Gu Tianqi's hands held her waist domineeringly, suppressing her resistance. After a long and deep kiss, Gu Tianqi let go of Du Xiaoxiao. Du Xiaoxiao's body was limp. Her little body leaned against Gu Tianqi's body, breathing heavily. She had never experienced such a fierce kiss and almost suffocated. Gu Tianqi was very tall, and Du Xiaoxiao, who was a little over 16 meters tall, was so petite that she only reached Gu Tianqi's chest. Gritting her teeth, Du Xiaoxiao raised her head and looked at him stubbornly. You pervert. Just take advantage of me. Otherwise, I will call the police and accuse you of rape. Gu Tianqi leaned down, looked at Du Xiaoxiao deeply with a pair of deep peach blossom eyes, and said coldly, It's just the beginning. You have to call the police. Let's wait until the charges are proven. As he spoke, Gu Tianqi leaned over and picked up Du Xiaoxiao, striding towards the bedroom. Chapter 5. Strong. I will be gentler. Let me go. Bastard. Pervert. Pervert. Rapist. Let me go. On the way from the living room to the bedroom, Du Xiaoxiao struggled heartily and kept moving. However, Gu Tianqi's big hands were like iron palms, trapping her tightly and not giving her a chance to break free. He took her to the bedroom and threw her on the bed. Du Xiaoxiao shrank back on the bed, his face pale. She was really scared. President Gu, I know I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. I am very sorry for my behavior. Please let me go. Gu Tianqi narrowed his charming peach blossom eyes and pulled off his tie. I like girls who know their mistakes and can correct them. If you make mistakes, you will be punished. If you are willing to obey, maybe I will be gentler. As he spoke, he suddenly leaned down, grabbed Du Xiaoxiao's hands, and pinned hers behind her head. Du Xiaoxiao shivered, and the fear of her hands being trapped made her eyes widen pitifully. W, what are you doing? Hands. Are her hands bound by something? No. She had to escape from here. She had to escape. Gu Tianqi tied her hands with a tie and easily tied the other end to the head of the bed. He whispered in her ear in a low voice, Give you a little restraint. This will save me the trouble in the future. Gu Tianqi, you are perverted. Du Xiaoxiao struggled, unable to free his hands no matter what. Gu Tianqi ignored her struggles and curses, and his big hands had already touched her clothes and touched Du Xiaoxiao's soft body. Du Xiaoxiao couldn't hold back her tears anymore, sobbed and begged, Please let me go. Good girl. This is the price for making a mistake. In my life, Gu Tianqi, there is no letting go. Du Xiaoxiao's body was trembling with fear, and there was a strange feeling in Gu Tianqi's hand. Women have always catered to him. It is of course a legend that you'll fall in love with him after looking at him for 5 seconds, but sleeping with him is something that any woman loves. There is no doubt about this, but I didn't expect that there are exceptions. Is this woman afraid of herself? Du Xiaoxiao was indeed afraid. No, absolutely not. Her first night with her husband should be reserved for the wedding. This was her first time. She couldn't be with this stranger. Du Xiaoxiao begged Gu Tianqi persistently. Please, please let me go. Let me do anything. This is my first time. Please let me go. Gu Tianqi was startled and looked at her deeply with a pair of moving peach blossom eyes. Are you trying to seduce me? You have investigated me, and you should take care of the clean things I like. Tell me this, and I will only not let you go even more. No, I'm not. I don't well dash. The lips were blocked, and a burning and severe pain made Du Xiaoxiao wince in pain. The tearing pain she had never experienced before almost forced her to faint. However, she could not make a sound. Her mouth was blocked, and Du Xiaoxiao could not scream. She only felt that she was about to faint from the pain. A burst of stimulating current flowed through Gu Tianqi's body. This was a huge pleasure that his ideal women could not bring him. Crystal tears rolled down from the corners of Du Xiaoxiao's eyes, shining like pearls in the moonlit night. Her trembling, pale face looked pitiful. Gu Tianqi looked at him, suddenly as if he was bewitched by something. The tears seemed to fall into his heart, and a rare feeling of pity arose in Gu Tianqi's heart. Raising his hand, Gu Tianqi wiped the corners of her eyes with a gentle voice. Be good, it won't hurt soon. I'll be gentler. Chapter 6, recording the evidence. He had never done such a thing as being gentle and comforting to his partner in the midst of pleasure. But now he was coaxing the little man under him like a lover. Du Xiaoxiao was in great pain. She was not really comforted by Gu Tianqi's words. Even if she was comforted, her body still could not bear this sudden violence. Du Xiaoxiao frowned in pain. It hurts so much. Get out, Wu Wu, get out. Although Gu Tianqi held her face tenderly and gently scraped her tears with his fingers, he did not pity her enough to endure his own desires. Licking his sexy thin lips, Gu Tianqi said coldly, I won't stop. If you want to feel better, take a deep breath and try to relax. Otherwise, it will hurt you more if I move. Gu Tianqi started to move as he spoke, causing Du Xiaoxiao's teeth to chatter in pain. Just like what he said, she was too nervous, her body was too tense, so all she felt was pain. The pain was so bad that Du Xiaoxiao had no choice but to do as he said, take a deep breath and slowly relax his body. She didn't know anything about this aspect, and for the first time, the unknown fear and physical pain made Du Xiaoxiao's heart beat continuously. However, Gu Tianqi didn't stop. He never stopped, just raging inside her body. From the awkward pain and unaccustomed feeling to her being told to get used to it. Gradually, Du Xiaoxiao stopped feeling pain, but what followed was a strange pleasure that made Du Xiaoxiao extremely ashamed. Du Xiaoxiao gradually became a little unconscious and followed Gu Tianqi up and down in a daze. I don't know how long it took, but everything was finally over. Gu Tianqi lowered his head and kissed Du Xiaoxiao's lips, which were full of green and sweetness. At the last moment, when Du Xiaoxiao lost consciousness, he murmured stubborn words in a hoarse voice. I will not let you go. The corners of Gu Tianqi's lips raised a rare arc, and he kissed her. Save your energy, Gu Tianqi said, reaching out and untying the tie in her hand, then turned and went to the bathroom. Du Xiaoxiao lay on the bed for a while, knowing that it was useless even if she shed all her tears. She had to make Gu Tianqi pay the price, so she used all her strength to push herself up and quietly got out of bed. When Gu Tianqi came out, he found Du Xiaoxiao sitting by the bed wrapped in a quilt and said calmly, Want to take a bath? You are committing a crime. I secretly photographed you, but you tied me to the bed and tortured you. Gu Tianqi, aren't you afraid that this matter will be exposed and your position as president of the Gu Group will be in danger? Du Xiaoxiao asked Gu Tianqi in a hoarse voice. Gu Tianqi looked at her and narrowed his peach blossom eyes slightly. Of course I'm not afraid. After all, I hide it very well every time. Many women know that they can't sue me after the incident, so they charge me hush money and let it go. Gu Tianqi poured a glass of whiskey and added ice cubes as he spoke, looking very casual. Du Xiaoxiao gritted his teeth and said bitterly, Is everything you said true? Have you also abused other women? Gu Tianqi took a sip of wine and walked into Du Xiaoxiao. He threw the wine glass aside. Gu Tianqi suddenly put his hands on his sides and looked at her closely. Of course I'm lying to you. You are really stubborn and always try to be clever. Du Xiaoxiao straightened up and leaned back, turning his face away. I don't know what you said. Chapter 7 just treat it like spending money to buy you. Recording is used as evidence, right? It's a little trick, Gu Tianqi said, putting his hands behind her. He forcefully snatched the mobile phone hidden in her hand, and Du Xiaoxiao tried to take it back in a panic. Give me my mobile phone. Gu Tianqi raised his phone, pressed delete happily, and said calmly, the evidence has been destroyed. Error 500, server error. 1500, that's an error. There was an error. Please try again later. That's all we know. It's impossible because of your identity. Gu Tianqi narrowed his deep peach blossom eyes and shook his head. You are a paparazzi. No one will believe what you say. Maybe others will think you are taking advantage of the opportunity to gain power. What's wrong with me being a paparazzi? I'm just following and taking candid photos. I'm not taking advantage of the opportunity to gain power. That's not the case at all. Du Xiao's chest heaved in a stingy manner. Gu Tianqi nodded. If I say yes, it means yes, because I am Gu Tianqi. Du Xiaoxiao's heart sank, and he lowered his head and stopped talking. She is also in this circle, and things like shady things have long been commonplace. I have never seen what kind of tricks these real upper-class people have, and it is easy to deal with her. Not to mention the ordinary rich people she couldn't deal with. Even 10 of them, like Gu Tianqi, were no match for her.